Aloha mai kako. My name is Kauanoe. I'm a digital producer, so I mainly focus on video production and social media management. Just when I think about growing up, I just remember like those really peaceful, really easy moments, you know? Originally, I was looking at colleges in Oregon on the mainland, and I was actually looking at some Christian colleges because I did grow up Christian. So I was looking at other schools, but my mom actually gave birth to my sister in my senior year, my second youngest sister. I'm the oldest of 6. And I just decided that I would stay home so I can be near them. And then I was in college. I got into West Oahu. And I have to shout it out to my mom. And like, I really wouldn't have been able to do it without her because she filled out my application and she did my FAFSA and she applied me for a lot of grants, and I ended up still taking out a loan. I don't come from like a super rich family, you know. I come from pretty middle class family. So I worked since high school. Since I was 16, I've always had a job. When I started college, I had 2 jobs. I was like a manager at a yogurt place and then I was a server at a taco place. Over the summer when I didn't have like an in-person class, I would do online class, right? Which was super like great for my schedule. But I would work at Victoria's Secret at like 3 o'clock in the morning to like 10 o'clock to 10 o'clock, like a 7-hour shift. And then I would go do my online class, right, until like noon. And then I would get ready to do my night shift at the taco restaurant. Like, man, I just really had to hustle and make it work. So I started off as an education major and I switched to English literature because I really loved that film aspect. And then they created the creative media program in my junior year. And I was like, oh, I'm picking it up. If there's a way that I can merge like my love for film with actually like making film, like that's what I want to do. I don't want to go to school to learn about teaching at a school. You know what I mean? My first class was about road movies, so like road trip movies. And I was like, can I just go to college and learn about movies? Like, you know, is that like a thing that people do? And sure enough, it is. I think in my life, I've always really loved video. No, actually, my mom went to West Oahu. I actually got to speak at my graduation, and I was like, shout out to my mom who was taking me to West Oahu when I was a kid and taking me to her criminal justice classes, you know, because I was like, I don't know, 5 or so. And just remembering like sitting in her college classes while she was listening to her teacher and then me trying to be like super quiet so I wouldn't disrupt the class, you know. But yeah, my mom went to West Oahu. She graduated with a degree in criminal justice. And then like 15 years later I went. Yeah. So I definitely loved my classes because after switching my major, I actually got to learn things that I wanted to learn about. I also enjoyed the people. I mean, a lot of my friends in college are my close friends now, and I talk to them often. My teachers there are like my mentors now. I talk to them a lot. You know, there are so many connections that you can make in college that I'm super grateful for because, I mean, I think people have this like idea that like if you stay home for college, it's not going to be like the same, you know, you're not going to get like the full college experience. But like, I think it was pretty fulfilling, even though I didn't go away or even though I didn't, you know, have that abroad experience like that. It was still really rewarding. And I think the last thing I enjoyed about college is I got to know more about myself. Like I didn't know myself very well in high school. You know, I'm just trying to figure myself out and what I like and what I don't like. But then in college, it really showed me the things that I like and I don't like. And I really got to step into that power. I wish I had known that. I was going to say, I wish I had known that books were expensive, but I knew that. The person that I was in high school is definitely not the person who I learned to be in college and not the person who I am now, you know? Yeah, for sure. I think I'm like I mentioned before, I'm like I believe in like what's meant for you will come for you, and everything that's ever happened to you was all a part of like the plan, you know? So yeah, I'd pick it 1,000 times over for sure. I don't know if it helps anybody to like look back and be like, oh, I wish I did this or I wish I did that. Like, nah, it already happened. So what are you gonna do now? You know? So like sometimes people are like, oh, don't you wish that you went away for school or whatever? I'm like, yeah, like for sure. But like hindsight, I did get to go away eventually. But yeah, I know. And then I ended up moving and living in New York, right? So I feel like, you know, maybe that sign was always there, just not the right time. I think, and this is advice that I just tell everybody, is just to be kind to yourself and like take care of yourself and, you know, look out for yourself. Be nice to yourself. Don't put so much pressure on yourself. You want to work hard and you want to hustle, and that's great, but make sure you also have time for rest. Yeah, for sure. I think about it a lot, actually. Most days I want to get a master's in communications or journalism, but it's also about like layering your degrees, right? So I have a creative media degree and an English literature degree. So what masters can I get to really amplify the things that I already have, but also make me a diverse and unique candidate for like future jobs or raises, you know? So like it makes sense for me to stick into like communications and journalism because that's the path I'm already on. But I want to be spicy, you know, like I want to like switch it up for people, you know, and be like, oh, what? You know, I was seriously debating media studies at the master's program at NYU, and I actually recently checked it because I've been starting to think about getting my master's. If there's a story to be told, I think the medium is up to you, you know?
This is me in the mirror, and it's undeniable. Thank you.